Well, good morning. It is August 27th, day 108 on the trail for me. I left the shelter a little over a half hour ago and am hiking southbound. Not sure what that is, but it looks pretty cool. The plan for today is roughly 17 miles, I think it's 17.2, to a shelter. And I was looking at far out, and that shelter doesn't have water access. So I either have to carry water up to it, which is about a 2.5 mile water carry, not fun, or I have to push past it. So I'm still about to figure out what I'm doing. All right, this is Apple Orchard Mountain at 4,225 feet. I assume at one point there were apple orchards up here. I don't see any at the moment, but I do see some mountains out there. All right, well, so I've got to figure that out for later today. The group from Washington and Lee University understood the concept of hiker midnight, which is about 9 p.m. All right, 9 p.m. Most hikers are, the long distance hikers are asleep. And so that's the time to, sort of start being quiet. And they understood the concept, and we're quiet. They were still, awake and talking and stuff, but they weren't rambunctious. So, thank you to them. All right, well, as always, if I see anything interesting, I'll grab a picture or some video. But for now, here's what the trail looks like. A couple hours into the hike, this is what's known as the Black Rock Overlook. Well, good morning. This is the Bryant Ridge Shelter, and it's supposed to be one of the nicer ones on the trail. Let's see what we got in here. It's got a porch. All right, so this is a first floor here. Some room. To be able to hold 20 people. Nice place. Well, this was unexpected. Not sure what kind of snake that is. This is the Jennings Creek. Last water source, pretty much, until the shelter I'm heading to. So I've been sitting here for about, 40 minutes. I refilled my water and drank a bunch. I'm very heavy right now because I'm carrying too much water, but I'll need enough to get me through the night and a few miles into the morning, so gotta do it. All right, so I've got about 3.2 miles left. And and here's the trail. All right, I've made the climb up. I'm only about 0.1 from the shelter, and get a view here on a rocky outcrop. And supposedly there's supposed to be the town of Buchanan in there somewhere. Must be small. Alright, so there's the shelter, and I'm shocked if there's somebody else here. I'll have somebody to talk to at least. All right. So, at the shelter, nice space. There's a couple other guys here, retired Marines. One of them's name, amazingly, is Joel. So, it's neat to find that out. Joel and Rick. So, interesting coincidence. They're on a 20-day section hike and just, happened to be here. They're heading northbound though. So they had a 6.6 mile water carry to get here. I was complaining about my 3.2 miles, and here they're doing 6.6. But so that's what I've looked to look forward to. I've got, from here I've got 6.6 miles to get to the next water, but it'll be relatively cool when I'm doing it because I'll be leaving in the morning, so it won't be quite as bad. But yeah, today was a strenuous day, especially there at the end. That 3.2 miles carrying about 4.5 liters of water was not fun. But sometimes you have to do that. Tomorrow is looking, it's going to be another tough day. I'm looking at about 20 miles tomorrow. And that'll get me to the last shelter, I want to say. Yeah, the last shelter that's before Daleville. And then I'll be in Daleville the next day, a short day. It's like 7.7 miles, I want to say, something like that, to Daleville from there. Well, you get in close Daleville, so you get like 3.5 miles will get you to one part of Daleville, and then the rest gets you to the southern part where there's more amenities near the southern part. So that's where I'm gonna get off trail the next day and resupply again, meet up with somebody, and then we'll start hiking towards Pearisburg the next day. It's supposed to be a nice, relatively cool night, I guess. It's supposed to maybe get down into the upper 60s, which is fine by me. Nice weather. No rain tonight. There's a chance of rain tomorrow night. We'll see if it comes through. Anything to cool it off. If it rains and it cools off the next day, I'll be happy for it. But other than that, there's not much to say here. It's a nice site, it's at a pretty high elevation. We got a nice breeze coming through now, and it should, like I said, it's going to be relatively cool. So it should be a nice night. All right, well, as always, if you stuck through to the end, I appreciate it. I'll see you again tomorrow on the trail.